All right, this is kind of the beginning part of our muscle up series for blind people who want to be able to pursue these sort of things. I am going to be focusing on ring muscle ups, partially because I have rings in the barn, so it's easy to access, as well as I'm not as big of a fan of bar muscle ups because it doesn't pivot around, and I have some extreme scoliosis, so the winging in my right scap is a little bit of an impedance. So rings allow for a little bit different range of motion if I needed to pop into that dip. So first thing we want to do while building up to muscle ups is be able to get really good at pull-ups and really good at dips, specifically on the apparatus you're going to be using. If you're going to be using a straight bar, getting used to that dip, it can be a little bit wonky, especially all that internal rotation you're going to require at the shoulder. And then for the rings, we want to make sure that we are being able to press in that dip and be able to even rotate open. So what I would advise is being able to just build up your work capacity, doing pull-ups, making sure you'll be able to pull nice and high. You don't want to just be able to arch your chin and get kind of eye level up there. Instead, you want to be able to pull that chin up above those rings. Go ahead and play with little rotations and everything like that. None of that's going to hurt you when it comes to muscle ups. We just don't want to be pulling into palms facing necessarily. You don't want to twist all that way, but a little bit of changing in that rotation on the shoulder is perfectly fine, because it's going to help you then be able to load up that shoulder capsule when you're doing actual muscle ups. To build up that work capacity, I would just do every minute on the minute work. Let's say you can only do like 3 pull-ups right now. What would be perfect for you is 10 sets of 1 every minute on the minute. So just set an audible timer. I have one just called Interval Timer. There's an app on my phone that beeps, and I can set it for a minute. And then I hear the beeps. I know to go. I do my 1 pull up, hang out, and just get really high quality work that way and build up that volume. So doing that a few times a week will really help build you up. Same thing with the dips. Making sure you're able to stay nice and tight and going really deep. You really want to ask for a lot from the shoulder there and just take the capacity that you have for now and build that up, because if you're catching really high, that's going to diminish as you do more and more muscle ups. You're not going to be able to pull yourself over the rings nearly as high. So build up the work capacity on those as well. I would make sure that you're getting up to many sets of like 5 to 10 before even considering the next step. And that would be on the pull-ups and the dips. Making sure you're nice and solid on those. We need that shoulder structure to be nice and strong before we start doing the kipping and before we start kicking ourselves over the rings and doing the whole motion, especially with that fall on the way back down. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm going to have a lot more videos about being able to adapt muscle ups and building up that skill and accruing the strength necessary for it, specifically for people with visual impairments. So any questions, throw them in the comments, or you can shoot me an email at canenablefitness@gmail.com, and enjoy your first couple of weeks of a lot of pull-ups and dips.